All right, welcome to our Wake Tech students out there. This is the Spring 2021 Transfer Fair, and this afternoon from the hour of 4 to 5, we are now hosting North Carolina Central University. So welcome to everyone out there who's attending this event. Just a reminder, there will be a question and answer box open throughout the entire presentation. If any questions pop up, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in that box. We have Mr. Frank Leggett here today to present. He will be answering those questions after the presentation, but do feel free to go ahead and drop them in there at any time. And here in just a moment, Frank, you can unmute and take it away.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule today to learn a little bit more about North Carolina Central University. We are so excited, and we would love for you to become part of our Eagle family. All right, let me go to the next slide. Just want to tell you a little bit about who we are here at North Carolina Central. First, we're very close to Wake Tech. We're right in Durham, right in the heart of RTP, just 5 minutes away from there. And North Carolina Central University prepares students to succeed in the global marketplace. We are excited because we consistently rank as a top historically Black college and university and best regional university in the South by U.S. News and World Report. For the past couple of years, we've always ranked in the top 10. And NCCU offers flagship programs in the sciences, education, law, business, nursing, and the arts. Next slide. Okay, just want to tell you a little bit about our past, our present, and our future. We were founded in 1910 by Dr. James E. Shepard. He was an incredible man. He was not only the president of our university until his death in 1947, but he was also a pharmacist and a religious educator. Okay, and we are committed to diversity in and access to higher education. And for the past 110 years, we have provided innovation and excellence. We're committed to service as a community engaged institution by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancements of Teaching. We do have a community service requirement for graduation, and we were one of the first colleges in the UNC system to do that, and we are nationally recognized by the community service hours and efforts that are provided by our students. So thus says our institutional model of truth and service. Next slide. Just want to give you a couple of quick facts. We have about 8,000 students here on campus. Out of those 8,000, about 6,500 are normally undergraduate students that we have, and out of those 6,500, approximately about 2,000 of those are transfer students. Just also let you know, we're really excited about our class size. It's a 16-to-1 student ratio, and our average class size is about 23 students. All right, next slide, please. Just want to tell you a little bit about our staff. We are a small staff here in the Office of Transfer Services. Danita Shaw is the director. I'm Frank Leggett, the coordinator. Wendy Thompson is our student services specialist. She works with me to make sure that your transfer credits are posted. If we have any veterans on the line, we want to thank you for your service. We are a very veteran-friendly institution, and we have a Veteran Affairs coordinator in office, and also Ebony Scott, if someone has taken classes at another school and they want to be readmitted here, she works with them. And the glue that holds it all together for us is our administrative assistant, Miss Dorothy Webster. Next slide, please. Just want to talk a little bit about what we do over here. Our main focus is to educate, engage, and establish excellence for transfer students. We evaluate your transfer credits to make sure that you get every credit that you are due. And we serve as your advocate and representative from the time you apply to the college until the time you graduate. We're always here to support you in any way possible. Also, like I said, we have a Veteran Affairs component, which also provides a smooth transition for our military and their family members to make sure that they are getting their benefits that they so duly deserve. Next slide, please. We do have a transfer scholarship at North Carolina Central University for any student who attended a North Carolina community college and received an Associates of Arts, Associates of Science, or Associates of Applied Science degree. It's an automatic scholarship if you meet the minimum requirements, which is to graduate within the last 5 years with a minimum GPA of a 2.75 or higher. The scholarship ranges from $1,000 to $3,000, depending on different factors such as your cumulative GPA. If you're going to be a full-time or part-time student, if you're going to be taking classes primarily in an online program or face-to-face, that all affects how much you get. But the other thing that's great about this scholarship, if you do have 2 years here at North Carolina Central, it is renewable for a second year, so it's really great. This scholarship is connected to your financial aid, so if you are getting the maximum amount of funding from grants and other scholarships, the minimum amount that you would get from this scholarship would be a $1,000 book voucher. Okay, next slide, please. Now, here at North Carolina Central University, we want all our students to get really, really active in the campus community, and there are over 100 plus organizations on campus for you to get involved. But we do have 4 organizations that's geared towards transfer students. If we can just click one more so that last one will pop up. There you go. That's geared towards transfer student, and I just want to talk a little bit about them right now. All right, our first one is our Transfer Student Association, and it's an organization that's open to all students, and it just focuses on providing support to our transfer population. It partners with our office, the Office of Transfer Services, to provide programming and community service activities. And we're really excited about this organization because we have community service that's required for graduation, and the Transfer Student Association has adopted Fayetteville Elementary School that's right down the street from us. And we do a great event every year to help support their food pantry for that school. So it's a great way for our students to work together and accomplish some community service hours. All right, the Transfer Student Association also provides a forum and support for transfer students to network and discuss their transition to NCCU. Next slide. Also, we have we are part of Tau Sigma National Honor Society for transfer students. This organization is located nationally in Alabama, and it provides an academic honor society designed specifically to recognize and promote the academic and excellence and involvement of transfer students. It is a one-time invitation to join. The toughest semester for most transfer students is their first semester. So that's why they recognize the academic achievement that you accomplish after completing your first 12 credits. So in order to be invited to join, you have to have at least a 3.5 GPA once you complete your first 12 credits here at the institution. And I'm really excited about that scholarship because on a national level, we also get to go to conferences. They also provide additional scholarships. They have over 200 plus chapters throughout the country. Each year they give about 65 scholarships. And last year, we're really excited, our student received a $2,000 scholarship from them. For the past 4 years, one of our students have always gotten a scholarship, and their scholarships range from $500 to $5,000. Also, they do conferences, and last year we had 2 students that were able to attend their national conference that was in Washington, D.C., which was great. Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. For our veterans, we also have a veteran organization for students called Eagle Vets, and we're really excited about them as well because they're established to assist our veterans and dependents with their assimilation into academia, to provide networking resources, to help them with their academic and professional achievement. They also have their own space on campus. They have their own lounge and so forth. So please, if you are a veteran, please come and join that organization and to network and get involved on campus. And last but not least, this is our newest organization on campus, is our Adult Learner Student Organization, which is also known as ALSO, because adult learners are students also. That's why they came up with that. But it focuses on supporting our students who are 25 years or older assimilate into campus life with their transition. They provide advocacy, networking, and programs focus on the adult learner, and they're also supported by our Office of Transfer Services. Next slide. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday on campus is a 1040 break where no classes are taking place and different clubs and organizations have activities. So every second and fourth Thursday, we have this thing called Transfer Thursdays, and it's sponsored by Transfer Student Association and Tau Sigma together. And it's a time to get all transfer students to get to network and commune with one another. And we do different presentations and have guest speakers to help students out with internships, resume writing, branding, but most importantly, networking so that you don't feel alone. A lot of times you might think you don't know anybody here. It's a bigger campus, but it's a good way for you to get to meet other students in similar situations as you. So that's what we do every second and fourth Thursday. Next, please. I just want to talk a little bit about the admission criteria to come here to North Carolina Central University. Really, in order to transfer, you just have to have 24 credits completed with a 2.0 GPA if you decide to leave before completing your associate's degree. If you do stay for your associate's degree, you do have some advantages because all your general education courses pretty much will be completed for that. And we have some exceptions I'm going to talk to you about a little bit. For certain majors, you only, like I said, need only a 2.0 to get admitted to the university, but certain majors have an additional admission criteria that you have to complete. If you have not met those requirements prior to coming to NCCU, you can meet those requirements once you get here. And there are a maximum of 64 credits that are transferable from all community colleges that you have attended. And just want to let you know a little bit about some deadline dates that's coming up. Our summer session 1, if you would like to be admitted to start classes then, you need to complete your application by April the 15th. For our summer session 2, you need to complete that application by May 15th. And to come for the fall semester, you need to complete that application by July 15th. Next slide. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about some course requirements and exemptions that we have for our UNIV 1100 class, our foreign languages, and then our health and wellness component. Next slide. First, just talking about our UNIV 1100. Most of you guys at Wake Tech should have completed ACA 122, which is a 1-credit transfer course. Okay, that is equivalent to our UNIV 1100. Just want to let you know our UNIV 1100 here at NCCU is a 2-credit course. So you don't have to take the course, but you will have to make up 1 credit in elective to get you to the minimum 120 credits required for graduation. If for some reason you did not take the ACA 122 course and you are 21 years or older, or you do have your associate's degree, or you have completed at least 30 credits, we will not make you take the UNIV 1100, but you would have to make up the credits and elective somehow in order to get to the 120 minimum required for graduation. Next slide. Just want to let everybody know we do have a foreign language requirement. It is not a requirement for the associate's degree all the time at the community college. The foreign language requirement, you must take the 2nd level to meet that requirement for graduation. We do have a couple of exemptions for that. You can test out of the level 2 by taking a placement exam. Also, if you did not take a foreign language at the community college and you have an associate's degree, since the 2nd level is required for graduation, instead of making you take 2 classes, if you do not have a background in the foreign language, we do have a cultural course that you can take that would meet that requirement, so you only have to take 1 course. So that's great for that. Next slide, please. Just want to let everybody know we do have a health and wellness requirement. Once again, it is not required for the associate's degree at the community college level. The class here at NCCU is HEDU 1531 for health. The equivalent class to that at the community college is HEA 110. And for our fitness requirement here at NCCU, you're required to take kinesiology 1541, and you can take either PEDU 110 or 111 at the Wake Tech to meet that requirement. I want to let everybody know if you took an activity course such as tennis, badminton, volleyball, basketball, aerobics, weight training, etc., we will accept those credits, but they will count as electives and they will not meet the fitness requirement. I like to tell everybody about that because some people think just because they took one of those activity courses, it meets our fitness requirement, and it does not. You must take the kinesiology 1541 here at North Carolina Central, or take the PEDU 110 or 111 at Wake Tech to meet that requirement. Next slide, please. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to that gives you a little information, about us over here at North Carolina Central University. Please, I encourage you guys when you apply and are accepted to make sure you get all your final college transcript to us as soon as possible. It's really important. Also, if you have completed your associate's degree, you want to make sure that we have the final transcript that has that associate's D conferment date on it. We need that because you might get some exemptions and so forth by having that associate's degree. And for some reason, if you get here and you start registering for classes before we get that final transcript, please make sure you do not register for a class that you received a C or better. But make sure we get your official final transcript before the first day of classes so that we can make any adjustments we have to your transfer credit transcript. And that's about it. Next slide. I think just want to let you know if you need to contact me or our office, you can do so at any time. If you are on campus, the campus is open. We're not doing guided tours, but you can always come and do a virtual tour on your own through our app. But we always have someone in our office Monday through Friday. If you do want to stop by, we're located in the Lee Biology building. If any questions pop up after today, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. This is our number, and this is our email address, and myself or someone, on my team will get back to you. Next slide, please. And for our veterans out there, once again, appreciate your service and your sacrifice. Like I said, we do have a Veteran Affairs office. If you need questions or answered about your benefits, you can please reach out to them over there and they will take care of you. And next slide. So I think this is it. Once again, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. And once again, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to learn a little bit about North Carolina Central University. We would love to have you become part of our Eagle family once you finish your studies and educational endeavors at Wake Tech. Thanks.
All right, so thank you so much, Frank. The first two questions that we've received so far, students are asking if they will be able to view this event or PowerPoint later. The answer to that is yes. Once the event is over, it is downloadable for you students. We are also going to post it on our YouTube channel by next week. So if you have any friends or family that missed out, please feel free to watch that at a later date. Also, strongly recommend you contacting Frank and maybe even having more of a one-on-one session with him. I'm sure that he would be happy to go over any of that. If you want to add anything to that, Frank, go ahead, and we've got another question.
Sure, yes, please do not hesitate to contact me, especially if you have specific questions about specific majors. As I stated before, it's just a 2.0 to be admitted to the university, but some majors have specific admission criteria, such as nursing, social work, College of Education, School of Business. So, definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right. Another question we got in, a student is wondering, does North Carolina Central have an early childhood education program? If so, what are the requirements needed to transfer?
Great question. Yes, we do have an early childhood education program. In order to be in that program, you do just have to have a 2.0 GPA. And the thing that's great about that program, we do have a daycare center on campus. Okay, so placement to assist you is great. And I believe that a lot of those majors do work in our daycare center that we provide on campus for our students and staff and faculty.
All right, thank you so much. Another question we have that just came in, can transfer students study abroad?
Excellent question. Yes, transfer students can study abroad. You do have to have a GPA established and complete, I believe, 24 credits. But yes, they are eligible for a study abroad program. We do have a study abroad office that will help you out. I do encourage students, if you are thinking about studying abroad, especially for transfer students, the very first semester that you are here, when you step foot on campus, you want to reach out to our study abroad office so that you can plan appropriately to find the right program and the right location that best fits your personality in addition to your major plan of study. So that is definitely a possibility. In addition to doing study abroad to go to another country, we do have another program called the National Student Exchange Program, which just here in the United States. So if you want to experience a college in California or New York or Georgia or Chicago, you would have the opportunity to do that as well. But you would pay the North Carolina Central University tuition to go to UCLA or go to Columbia, New York, or NYU, any of those sister institutions that participate in that program. But once again, for that program, though, you definitely have to complete at least 24 credits here at North Carolina Central University in order to be established for that. And once again, if you're interested in something like that, as soon as you step foot on campus, and that's managed by my office, just come and see us, and we'll talk to you about the National Student Exchange Program, where you can take classes, at another institution like that. And those grades that you get, those classes will be calculated. Those grades will be calculated in your GPA here at North Carolina Central. Great questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the answers. We also have a student wondering, and I'm assuming you could speak on other internships, but they are asking, do you have internships for political science majors?
Okay, yes, we do. I don't know the details of them, but our political science department is very well connected, and they do help students with placement in addition to our Career and Professional Development Center for students. They also assist out with the internships. But yes, we do have internships in that area.
Perfect. Okay, another student says, I would like to become a high school educator. What requirements does NCCU have for the School of Education?
So for the School of Education, in order to start as a major, you don't have to meet any minimum requirements, but upon graduation, you have to have a certain GPA. And also, you have to sit for the one of the exams that you have to take as well. So you can start taking your classes, but I think you just have to have a 2.75 to graduate. You must graduate with that. And the College of Education can go into more detail about that whole process, but there is no minimum requirement to declare the major, but you have to have a certain GPA to graduate.
Perfect, thank you. Got a couple of questions about the feeling of campus and the housing. So we have a question, what is the dorm or housing quality like, and what is the campus feeling? If you just kind of want to talk about, campus life.
Thank you so much. That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking about campus life. We are really excited because you are coming in at a great time. A lot of things are happening on campus. Hopefully, when you come in fall of 2021, the first thing I'm excited about, we're gonna have our brand new student union will be opening up in fall of 2021. So we're excited about that. And also, we just have 3 brand new residence halls that are open now. So we just opened our one of the residence hall opened up in fall of 2020. We have another one that just opened up. Opened up in spring 2021, and we have our third building that should be ready and available for fall of 2021. So a lot of great things are happening on campus in respects to our facilities. Once again, we have our student engagement and leadership office where we have, like I said, I said 100, but I think it's more like 125, 150 student organizations where you can participate in so many different things. And if there's a student organization that does not fit your needs or your interests, guess what? You can start your own organization as well. We welcome the diversity of programming and activities on campus, and so hopefully you can always find your niche. So the one thing I did not attend North Carolina Central as an undergrad, which I kind of regret sometimes because the pride that the students have in this institution and how much they love this college is just phenomenal. So I think that if you do decide to make North Carolina Central, the spot to continue your educational endeavors, you will be very happy. But remember, you're only going to get out of campus life what you put into it. But I think that you will be extremely happy with the facilities that's happening on campus. Also, just want to talk a little bit about some of the, eating is very important. So we have a full-fledged Chick-fil-A on campus. We have a full-fledged Starbucks on campus. And we have a full-fledged Pizza Hut on campus. So a lot of things are happening on campus. So great question. Thank you so much.
That is great information. That's exciting. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A and Starbucks.
Yes.
All right, just a couple more coming in. A student is asking, what do you think, which you kind of touched on this,
Okay.
what do you think is unique about the university?
Well, one thing that's great about us, depending on what your major is our location, number one. We're right here, 5 minutes from RTP. Also, we're an HBCU, Historically Black College and University. I mean, that's how we were founded. But the one thing I do love about our campus is that we are very diverse. Even though we are an HBCU, only 75% of our students identify as being African American descent. So compared to other colleges in the system, we are a very diverse campus because we have students from all nationalities, backgrounds, and also international students. So that's what's great about us. Also, we're very small in class size. Remember, I told you there are only about 6,500 undergraduate students. You're only going to have about 23 students, especially as coming in as a junior, a sophomore, especially a junior, but definitely a sophomore. You're going to have very small classes. You're not going to have anything big. So we do have a very hands-on personal touch. If you ever have a question or you lost, you can just ask anybody and we'll do our best to help you out pretty much, even if you're not affiliated with our area. That's how the campus is. So that's what makes us unique. Just our Eagle family is great. Our location and just the great things that's happening on campus. We have a lot of great nationally known programs that's happening. So it's a lot of great opportunities out here at North Carolina Central. And also it's a lot of fun, for homecoming, like I said, and just the activities that they do with community service and just having fun on campus and enjoying campus life. It's just so much opportunity. The sky is the limit. So please, if you do come to North Carolina Central, we encourage you, don't just go to class. We want you to get involved in the campus life to develop yourself as a leader, to get involved. That's what employers want. They want someone that's going to develop, that's going to be a total person, not just smart in their books, but also know how to relate to people. And by getting involved in the campus community, that's going to help elevate you.
Awesome. Definitely agree with that. A student is asking if we can leave your personal contact information somewhere in this chat. If that's okay with you, I can
Of
do
course.
that. Okay.
Of course, and I even give you my contact information now as well, but we can
Okay.
definitely leave it in the chat. Once again, I am Frank Leggett, Leggett, and you can reach me at frank.leggett@nccu.edu. And my telephone number, my direct line directly to my phone is 919-530-5592. So please, if you have any questions, no question is too small or crazy, please contact me. Anything I can do to help you out, I would. I would love to connect you personally, with the academic department that you're interested in to get more insight on their programs. And, I know I talked about the Transfer Student Honor Society, the national one, but each academic major almost on campus has an honor society as well. So it's like I said, so much different, and they all do their own placement and internships and so forth. So it's just so much opportunity on campus. So please utilize me. Any questions that you have, be more than happy to assist you guys.
All right, awesome. A student is asking how serious do you take your campus security? So if you want to talk a little bit about the feeling of safety on campus.
Definitely. Well, another great question. Thank you so much for asking that. We take campus security very serious on campus. We have official police officers on campus. Okay. In addition to security guards, but we have a full-fledged police station on campus. We do have an escort service on campus. We do encourage students in the evenings not to walk alone if possible, but if you do need an escort, you're able to call for an escort, on campus. The campus is very well lit as well. So we're doing pretty good. We haven't had a lot of incidents, but the incidents happen anywhere, but we've been pretty good. Haven't had any major problems on campus. So I think most of the students feel pretty safe here. And like I said, we do have a wonderful, police force on campus with a great presence.
Awesome. Great answer. I have another student asking about something in education. So they're saying, for the early childhood education program, can I transfer with a certificate or would I need the associate in arts?
You can transfer at any point as long as you have 24 credits completed. So if you have the Associates of Arts, it would make it, that's fine as well. So long as you have 24 credits in a 2.0, that's all you need to transfer.
Okay, great. Now this is another good question for you, Frank. A student is asking, if I didn't play sports, but now I'm interested, can I learn more or try out for the school?
Yes, you can. We welcome everybody to become one of our Eagle athletes. Yes, you can. All you would have to do is, I would encourage you, if you have a specific sport that you're interested in, you just need to contact the coach of that sport, and they will let you know what the walk-in tryout process is. But we have students all the time that do that. As a matter of fact, in 2019, we had a walk-on for our football team, and he became the athlete of the year for the MEAC conference, and he was a walk-on. So yes, it is competitive, but yes, you do have the opportunity to walk on and try out for all our athletic programs.
Wow. Just out of curiosity, my question for you, do you know off the top of your head all the sports you offer? And if so, what is the most popular sport there?
Okay, great. Well, we have a range of sports. let's see, you put me on the spot. I'm not going to get everything, but we do have the basis. We do have football, football and basketball. That's everywhere. Those are the main ones. We're really proud of our football and our basketball teams because, they go back and forth of winning the conference. I'm sure you guys have heard, but North Carolina Central did make it to the big dance for basketball 2 years ago, representing the MEAC conference. So we were really excited. We got knocked out the first round, but we did make it. We won our conference. We've been there, I think, twice within the last 4 years. So that's been a real major accomplishment for us. And from what we're doing really well this semester in basketball. So hopefully we'll make it again this year to the big dance. But we have men's basketball, women's basketball. We have football, men and women's tennis, men's and women's track and field. We have men's golf, women's volleyball, women's softball. And we also have a bowling team.
Oh, wow.
I think I hit them all. But yeah, those are all our sports.
Okay, great. The last question I'm seeing on here says, with the ongoing pandemic, what is Central's COVID protocol?
Very good question. Well, Central is taking COVID very, very serious. Before anyone comes to camp, first of all, anybody that hits the campus, you are to wear a mask at all times, even when you're outside on our campus. That is required. Before you come to campus, all individuals are required to submit a COVID questionnaire that must, and then they will get an email back saying they have been approved to come to campus. All COVID cases that have been reported are also acknowledged. We do have a COVID hotline. We have a COVID office that monitors anybody that has been diagnosed with COVID, anybody that has been in the presence of somebody who's been diagnosed with COVID as well. If you meet that criteria, regardless, you are not allowed to come to campus for 14 days, even if you've been in the presence of somebody who tested positive for COVID and you tested negative. So the university is really on top of everything. The campus is open, but we are doing, all offices are open, but there are limited staff members in the office at all times. And once again, like I said, everybody's required to wear a mask at all times. We've put in a lot of safety precautions, a lot of cleaning procedures that are now happening as well. So we are really COVID, COVID relevant, I guess, or making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, put out by the governor and the CDC. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, great. So at this time, it looks like we don't have any new questions coming in from students. Just a reminder for everyone listening in, I still see quite a few students here. If you do have any questions or just any comments, please go ahead and put them in the chat box. And we just got one, Frank. It looks like the student is asking, what about SAT or ACT scores? Frank, are you there? Hey, Frank, can you hear us?
I can hear you now, yes.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But yeah, the last question says, what about SAT or ACT scores?
Okay, yeah, for transfer students, we do not need SAT or ACT scores. You just have to have 24 credits and a 2.0 GPA. Now, if you are trying to transfer after taking less than 24 credits, then at that point, you would have to submit your SAT or ACT scores because you would have to meet their freshman criteria. And if you have to do that, SATs, we require an 880 and a 2.7 GPA. if you have less than 24 credits and you're trying to transfer in. And the ACT score, I think, would have to be an 18. But most of our transfer students, usually 99% of them usually have the 24 credits in order to transfer in. So then no SAT or ACT score will be required, or a minimum GPA from high school.
Okay, great. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes. There are still some people in here. Please get those questions in the Q&A box, and then in just a moment, we are going to post a survey for the students to fill out. We greatly appreciate any kind of feedback, just to see what you liked about this and maybe what we can improve on for the next semester. I did post Frank's email address in there. As he said, please feel free to reach out directly to him. We do appreciate all the questions that have been asked so far.
Yes, I just want to thank everybody for, once again, for their participation and definitely their engagement. Wonderful questions that everybody has asked. I am so excited. And like I said, it's great to be an Eagle, and I know that you guys, whoever comes here, you will be, extremely excited and extremely proud to be part of our Eagle family. So please, we really hope that North Carolina Central, can become your #1 choice when you transition to a 4-year institution.
Yeah, and some questions that we've asked everyone, every school today and yesterday was just if you can think of maybe your most popular major or program there.
Sure, no problem. Well, the most popular is not necessarily our biggest. I want to let everybody know that. Probably our most popular is our nursing program. Okay. We have it's very, very competitive. So many students want to be nursing, but unfortunately, we don't have enough nursing slots. Okay. Because of the nature of the major, they only have a limited amount of spots. But I'm excited because on campus we do have Eagle General, which is our simulated hospital. But that's probably our most popular major, but it is very competitive. And unfortunately, everybody's not able to get in there, and then they have to sometimes choose additional majors. But outside of that, our biggest major is criminal justice. We have a lot of criminal justice students on campus. That program can be completed 100% online or face-to-face or a hybrid of the two. And then after that is our business department, and we're really excited. I forgot to mention this earlier, but next year we're going to be breaking ground on a brand new business building. So a lot of excitement is happening on campus. So thank you so much for asking me about our most popular majors. But those are the most popular ones. And I want people to remember too, please don't forget about our sciences. We have a wonderful pharmaceutical science program. We have a wonderful biology, chemistry, and physics program to help people with their medical endeavors that they want to do. And there's a lot more scholarship money in that pharmaceutical science program that people know about. So if you're thinking about the sciences, don't forget about us as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Frank, for all that information.
No problem.
All right, just going to give it maybe another minute or so to get those last questions in, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. We do, once again, tremendous thank you to Frank and to all the students who have attended.
Hey, and I want to mention one other thing. I know
Sure.
one thing that's really popular, and I just want to talk about a couple of new programs that's happening. Gaming is very, very popular right now, and I know they have that at the community college level. So, we are in the process, I believe in the fall, if not of having a gaming major under our art department. So we're really excited about that, and that's going to be really a great program to have, that we're going to have. Getting a lot of interest about that already, but it should be officially coming aboard in the fall. Just wanted
That's
to talk a
really
little bit.
exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we are.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of students at Wake Tech studying that gaming, both programming and development, as well as the art and modeling
Right.
side. So that's going to be great.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Well, if there are no more questions, we will go ahead and end the event. Just a reminder, the survey is posted at the bottom. And from the question earlier, yes, you can view this at a later date at our YouTube channel, as well as reaching out to Frank himself. But I hope everyone has a good afternoon, and thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.